What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 3 of the World's First. And we're going to switch up the format. I'm not going to do double live comms anymore, especially with Sheffield, because there's so much that I'm going to be talking about in terms of the matches as well as all the transfer ins and outs. And being lower league, there's going to be a lot of transfer ins and outs to try and switch up the squad. And since we don't have, the contracts, we can just bring people in and out, either on non-contract or amateurs. There's going to be a lot of people switching up in the roster. So please let me know in the comments below if you like this style, if you want to see more of this style, or do you want to see me switch back to a double live comm. But with all that said, we are now going to be taking on Solihull Moors at home in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup. Before we get to that, we must go over how we've been faring in the league as well as all those transfers that I have mentioned previously. Taking a look at the table so far, we are sitting in second place. 16 points through 7 matches, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. We do have a larger goal difference than Carlton, who's sitting first, but due to head-to-head results, that is why we are not in first place. But good results nonetheless. Let's take a look at how we fared in those matches. Since that last double live comm of Chasetown and Carlton, we have gone undefeated in our next 5 matches, with our only blemish being the 1-1 draw away to Daventry. And it was a pretty hotly contested match throughout. Benny Igihan getting us the opening goal in the 9th minute, and unfortunately our only goal, as we took 9 shots, 4 of them on target, and had 55% possession using that 4-4-2 tactic. Daventry, however, equalized in the 54th minute on their only shot on target in the game. They had more shots than us, but that only shot on target was their only goal. Up and down the pitch, everybody looked solid, and I felt that we probably could have edged out this match, but at the end of the day, a draw is a draw. A point is a point, and we should be thankful that it wasn't a loss. We then got off to the first win of our current 4-game win streak, as Sheffield defeated Gresley at home 2-1. We didn't score first, though. Mark Goodfellow for Gresley scored in the 16th minute, as one of their only 3 shots on target found the net. In the second half, however, it was completely dominated by Sheffield, as Tom Batten and James Knowles scored twice in 11 minutes to help put us in the lead and secure the victory. We had 13 shots, and 5 of them being on target, possession relatively around the same, but at the end of the day, another hotly contested match, and this time coming away with all 3 points. Another match, another win, as we defeated Rugby Town 1-0 at home. The only goal scorer on the day, Benny Igihan, in the second half. Both sides took 11 shots, both sides had 4 of them on target, but we are the ones that had more possession and ultimately controlled the midfield more to prevent Rugby Town from getting anything going attacking-wise. Yes, they may have had the same amount of shots taken, but they weren't able to get past Callum Williams, and you can chalk another win up to the old club. Our 4th match unbeaten and 3rd win in a row came at Newcastle Town, as we defeated them 3-2. Benny Igihan and Yohan Benyaya getting all the goals. Yohan Benyaya, though, with the match winner in the 81st minute. Newcastle were not going away quietly, as they had 16 shots, 5 of them on target, and 2 goals from Neville Thompson, as he put Newcastle, as he first leveled the match up at 1 apiece in the 46th minute, and then brought it back to 3-2 in the 85th, and I thought the defense was going to be very, very shaky down the stretch. I thought this could have been a 3-3 draw at the end, but at the end of the day, we were able to tighten up in the midfield, tighten up at the back line, and prevent them from getting that 3rd goal. And the latest match in this stretch was a 3-1 victory away to Colville. Benny Igihan coming away with a hat-trick, while the rest of the team contributed for the 12 shots and 8 of them being on target, completely frustrating the Colville goalkeeper and allowing 3 goals through. They were able to get one back in the 52nd minute directly on the kickoff after Benny's 2nd goal, as he just ran straight through the defense and went one-on-one with the keeper, Callum Williams. Unfortunately, Williams wasn't able to stop it, and I felt with that bit of movement, I thought Colville would have come back at that point in time. And taking 9 shots with 4 of them being on target, I thought that Colville would have had another goal to their name. However, defensively, we were able to turn it on, and at the end of the day, only limiting them to 1 goal and coming away with another 3 points. And our last episode took place on the 15th of August, so taking a look at both the outs and the ins, only 3 people have been released from the club, that being Matt Ronnie, James Gregory, and Nathan Okoye. Nathan Okoye, interesting to note, he was my highest paid non-contract player. And when I say that he was the highest paid non-contract, I'm taking a look at appearance fees. A lot of the players on my roster have an appearance fee roughly 50, 60, 70 pounds per match. Nathan Okoye was at 775 pounds per appearance, and that's not including all the other bits like clean sheet bonus, like unused sub bonus. So he was quite honestly the highest paid non-contract player, and he wasn't even all that good, to be honest with you. So I had to release him. The club has been hemorrhaging money, and the only real option was to get rid of him as well as get rid of some staff options as well. Now, as both Ronnie and Gregory are both wingers and Okoye being a defender, I wanted to try and better myself defensively, as I had a good enough amount of wingers already, but not as many center backs as I would have liked. Cue the two signings that I'm going to be highlighting today in Andy Bratt and Lewis Kennedy. Andy Bratt may not have the speed, but he definitely has the defensive capabilities of 11 marking, 11 tackling, and a 9 positioning. He's also decent in the air, 12 heading and a 9 jumping reach. But like I said, his pace and his acceleration leaving something to be desired. A 6 acceleration, a 7 pace. He's also not very fine-tuned in the stamina side with an 8 there, so I'm not going to be using him long-term. He may be coming off the bench as more of a substitute, but only paying him around 40, 50 pounds per match definitely won't hurt the bank balance. And where Andy Bratt makes up in speed, Lewis Kennedy thrives on it. 11 pace, 11 agility, 11 acceleration. However, defensively, outside of his marking and his tackling, also at 11s, his positioning is rather weak at a 2. So while he may not be in the center back all the time, he may switch out to the left or to the right, maybe push more towards the center. At least he has the pace to get back into his natural defensive role. He's also got decent work rate and decent teamwork as well. Mentals up and down look okay. Technically, not all that great. Physically, also looking pretty decent. And so far, I've used him in 3 matches, and he has not disappointed thus far. He already has an assist to his name and a 7.10 average rating. So unlike Andy, who is probably a permanent backup solution, Lewis Kennedy is definitely getting some rotation and may feature in the starting back line more often than not. And what completely slipped my mind within the first 2 episodes is I never really showed you my budget and my balance for the squad. Currently, I have a wage budget of £40,000 allotted to us. However, I am spending £55,000 on wages. That definitely needs to go away, with players like James Knowles and Yohan Benyaya making up the majority of my wage budget. I needed to look towards other ways that I could cut spending, and of course, Nathan Okoye was the big proponent of that. Getting rid of his £775 appearance fee cut the wages we were spending down from $63,000 to $55,000, so that's already a start in the right direction. But now I'm going to get rid of some extra scouts as well as physios, maybe just keep the head physio there, maybe the chief scout as well. We don't need 3 scouts and 2 physios for a team of this size. Alright, so with all that said and done, now let's get into our match, our all-important second qualifying match against Solihull Moors. It is also worth knowing that the board expect us to reach the 3rd qualifying round, so it is one of the tougher draws, Solihull Moors being 2 levels ahead of us in the National League North. But like I said before, I have a squad that I feel that can compete with at least our division and maybe the division above us. However, 2 levels up may be a bit of a challenge. So Solihull Moors are going to come out in a 4-4-2 as well, so here's the starting lineup for us on the day. Callum Williams will be in net, Coupe, Lewis, Kennedy, and Turner along the back line. Riley, Wolstenholme, Bacon, and Batten along the middle, with Wolstenholme being one of my youth players that I'm going to be giving a shot today in the Cup just to see how he does. He's been great in training. I think he deserves a start at the very least in this Cup competition. And of course, up front, only 2 options really in Yohan Benyaya and Benny Igihan. This is going to be the biggest test for the club this season. Hopefully we can make it somewhat challenging for Solihull Moors and if we get lucky, hopefully come away with a victory. So let's go out and see what happens. Corner kick for us. We go short. Benyaya into the box. It's cleared away. Wolstenholme is there to get it. We are in the red, of course. Into Bacon. Oh, it's cleared away. And there goes that chance. Very unfortunate. We had a nice chance off a corner kick, but now Solihull Morris coming on the counter. Can Coupe get there? He does. And that's probably going to be the end to that. No, Solihull Morris still coming fourth. Keeping it in our attacking half and trying to get some chances. Oh, it's a good chance. It's a good shot. And he is onside. Solihull Morris 1, Sheffield 0. Andy Brown, after some good passing movement, getting them on the board. So we reach halftime and the scoreline stays at 1-0 to Solihull Moors. We've had the majority of possession in this match, but apparently possession is a negative stat. We've had 5 shots and only one of them being on target. Solihull 3-2. And, of course, them having the 1 goal. So things need to change. And I'm looking towards either the back line or the midfield, as neither of them are really distributing the ball up to Johan and Benny. I'm really disappointed that Kyle Lewis and Lewis Kennedy are looking nervous and have not played all that well. And neither is Kieran Coupe. That entire back line is just playing rather subpar. So I'm going to have to make the tough call, and I'm going to replace both of them. Andy Bratt and Edward Dakwa are coming in. Hopefully they can do a little bit better job. So let's get back out there and see what happens. There's still 35 minutes left to go in this match. 65 minutes in now, Solihull Moors with the ball and looking at another attack. Out to the wing, he gets it inside, and it's cleared away for a corner at the very least. Still gifting Solihull more corners. We just need to get it out of there. Bacon, can we do something with it? Can we hit him on a counter here? Long ball. And it goes to nothing. 20 minutes left, and I need to continue shaking things up. Danny Bacon looks the most tired out of everyone in the midfield, so he's going to be subbed out for Tom Vaughan. Tom Vaughan, the loney in. Just really looking for him to make something happen here. Center mid, can he be an attacker? He's more automatic. I'll make him support. So 20 minutes left. Can we grab an equalizer? That's all I'm looking here. And with 1 minute left in normal time, plus whatever stoppage time is coming up, Solihull Moors still looking for one final attack, and that's just a well wide shot. 2 minutes of stoppage time. The highlight still continues. Who's going to come down with the ball? Johan does. Gets it up to Benny. This is only our second real attacking chance. Riley. Oh, has to go back to Vaughan. And now the backwards passing goes through. Batten to Benny. Benny shot! Benny goal! And in stoppage time, Sheffield won. Solihull Moors won. Unbelievable scenes as Solihull Moors have had more shots on the day, 15-3. We've had 7 and just 2 on target. And we finally break through and knot this match up at 1 apiece. So it looks like we're going to be going to a replay. I did not expect this at all, but we're going to be going to a replay back to Solihull Moors. So after all that hype about saying, oh, I'm not going to double live comment anything, well, guess what? We're going to get 2 for 1 in this match just because we got to play a replay. And that's in 4 days' time. Let's kick right back off, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, so FA Cup qualifying round, part 2. At Solihull Moors this time, the lineup's going to be Williams, Coupe, Lewis, Kennedy, Turner, Riley, Grocott, Bacon, Batten, Johan, and Benny Iggy Han. This time around, I'm only going to show you goals because I think that's what you guys want to see more than anything. So, let's kick off, see what happens. Hopefully, there will be more goals for us and move us on into the third qualifying round. Solihull still at the ball across the middle, and there it is. They finally break the deadlock 4 minutes from time. Andy Brown makes it 1-0 to Solihull Moors. And we were doing so well, at very least, for closing them down, but at the same time, we couldn't get a shot off on our end. They finally break the deadlock of a cross right back in. Good shot. Free kick, finds Cook, short angle. Oh, it's a wide open net. That's too easy for Solihull Moors. It's 2-0, and we're just fading away fast. Free kick off of a yellow card, and it's just 2 guys. What a back heel from Cook. Gets it to Brown, wide open net. Simple as that. And that's how this match is going to end, 2-0 to Solihull Moors, and everybody on Sheffield looking tired and dejected. To be quite honest with you, neither match had us play our very best. As I said before, this was our toughest challenge yet, playing a team 2 levels above us. So we were definitely punching above our weight, but at the end of the day, it just did not come to fruition as we are not moving on and we are knocked out of the FA Cup. Right, so now we're out of that competition. We do have just the league that we are focused on. Unfortunately, the database that I have doesn't have the FA Trophy go all the way down to level 8, which is rather sad, because that would have been a nice another competition we could have put ourselves into and possibly get extra money out of. But FA Trophy instead will be in level 6. So if we get up to level 6, at least the Vanarama regions, then we'll be in on that. But for now, it's just the Evo Stig Northern Premier League Division 1 South league that we're in, and we're going to be focusing on that. And when we come back, which will probably be in a month's plus, maybe 2 months' time almost, I think that we should come back versus Shaw Lane. Shaw Lane are currently in 6th, and out of everybody in this run of form, currently they're the only one that are in single digits in rank. So I think that'll be a good test of our team. We'll have a nice solid run of matches that we can come back and commentate on. Maybe any new transfers, I don't know. Situation may change. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Any comments, suggestions, questions? Like I said before, if you wanted to comment on if you want this format to stay like this is, now moving down to 1 match, please let me know. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.